Hello everyone and welcome to the Sage Intacct product tour for financial services firms. My name is Blake Paradise and I work in the marketing organization here at Sage. I am joined by Sarah Page today, who will be diving into the system to display why financial services organizations turn to and trust Sage Intacct for their cloud accounting needs. Whether you're a wealth and asset management firm, a lending institution, insurance carrier, real estate company, fintech organization, credit union, the list goes on. Sage Intacct gives you the connectivity, the visibility, and efficiency needed to do more with less. Sage Intacct is our modern native cloud accounting solution with open APIs, which allows firms to maximize their productivity and enable them to scale beyond their current system's capabilities. We provide intuitive core accounting with a dimensional general ledger, continuous consolidation and drill down across multiple entities, easy to use reporting and dashboards, workflow automation, and a rock-solid audit trail. Sarah will be diving into the system here shortly with these 4 different challenges in mind. When we begin the software evaluation process with a prospective client, we dive into all their different financial processes to see where Sage Intacct could help. And these 4 common challenges are typically what we hear. Multi-entity consolidations, typically a very laborious process, relying on lots of manual exports. Lack of visibility insights. Firms are just not able to access the data and reporting they need to make timely and strategic decisions. Compliance, accessibility, security concerns, it's where folks are just spending too much time providing supporting documentation for audits or responding to ad hoc requests, etc. Time constraints and inefficient processes. Things like closing the books, reporting, POs, vendor payments, and bank recs. Very time consuming and manual, and folks want those to be streamlined and automated. Without further ado, and with those challenges in mind, I'm going to turn it on over to Sarah to dive into the system.
Thanks, Blake. Here we are right in Sage Intacct. Sage Intacct is a fully true cloud solution, meaning it can be accessed anywhere you have internet on any web browser. We are Emma Penny, our controller, and she's looking at a CFO dashboard. Customizable dashboards allow role-based and process-based metrics, reports, and charts to be created for quick insight and data-driven decisions. You can build dashboards for any role in your organization. A role-based dashboard can be the login point for a user so they can start their day with the latest information that matters most to them. Here is an AP Manager dashboard, for example, and a controller dashboard. These are just a couple examples of the infinite possibilities you could have as far as dashboarding. Here is Emma Penny's menu bar. You will see several different applications that are available to Emma as the controller, and these can be restricted to certain users based on permissions. Sage Intacct is a role-based system. We're going to automate internal controls and segregation of duties, protecting your company from any improper behavior and ensuring financial integrity. That means ensuring only employees who should have access to things will have access. At the top of our CFO dashboard, we have our performance cards, which are used to measure, monitor, and manage business performance. They provide at-a-glance insights into financial and business metrics and are being created based on account groups. We can see our stocks, our bonds, assets under management, but Emma, the controller, she wants to see her cash balance. She can simply point and click, add a new performance card, and search for that account group. Cash and cash equivalents, we're going to call this a cash portlet, and we want to compare for the current month versus previous month. With just a few clicks, now we have our cash balance right on our portlet, and we can even drill down further to see what that cash balance is being made up of. Anytime there's blue links, you can drill down to the source transaction. It's a really great audit trail for auditors to get an understanding of the transactions that are making up these balances. Our performance cards utilize visual markers, red denoting negative trends and green denoting those positive trends. These visual markers will help Emma make strategic business decisions proactively with all these insights in real time. Sage Intacct Collaboration provides a forum for anyone to collaborate in real time, share expertise, and propose new ideas. Right from your dashboard, you're able to talk to your colleagues in real time, ask questions, include posts, attachments, really great audit trail, and other further context for employees who might have similar questions in the system. Sage Intacct Collaborate is going to increase productivity and facilitate knowledge sharing with our secure social layer. No longer does your team have to communicate via email and phone calls and risk losing track of crucial communications. In addition to our performance cards, our collaboration tool, you also have the ability to put different charts, graphs, reports, checklists, approval portlets, all right on your home dashboard. Whatever you prefer to see in your day-to-day, that's going to help you streamline your most important processes. Emma can filter her dashboard by date and also by dimension. Sage Intacct offers 7 dimensions out of the box. Whether it's location, department, class, whatever it may be, these dimensions can be used to tag onto your journal entries or transactions, and then you can easily slice and dice reports and dashboards by your dimensions. Maybe Emma here wants to take a look at a certain view. She's been tagging her dimensions to transactions as they're coming over from her custodial accounts. Because of the tagging, Emma can now go ahead and filter her dashboard. So maybe she only wants to see her dashboard metrics for location 100, just for distributions. We can interactively apply these filters and you'll see all the dashboard metrics change just to reflect the filters that we've applied. Also have the ability to set up dimension groups or structures and layer those into reporting. Dimension structures provide a flexible way for you to organize dimensional data that you want to see on the rows or columns of a financial report. You can create any number of dimensional structures to represent the different ways you want to segment out your data. For instance, you might want to create multiple customer or investor structures that enable you to analyze your investors by type, investors by location, and so on. Here we're taking a look at a real estate dashboard and a report with dimension structures. We can see for 2020, the company just tracked information of their properties based on commercial and residential. And then in 2021, they decided to expand more ways to track their properties, like tracking by industrial, multifamily, and single family. These dimension structures are extremely flexible for you to set up and change over time. Sage Intacct is a multi-entity shared environment, meaning you will have access to all of your entities under a single instance of Sage Intacct. You no longer have to log in and out of multiple different instances to access your entities. Here we're taking a look at our entity picker. We can see we're at the top level. So currently our dashboard is reflecting metrics for a consolidated company as a whole. Maybe Emma wants to just see metrics for Entity 100. She could simply toggle into Entity 100, and once this loads, we'll see a dashboard full of metrics just for Entity 100. So we can get as granular as we want, or we could get more high level by going back to the top level. We also have an extremely flexible organization structure. As you add entities, it's all point and click, very easy to add those entities, and you'll see your organization view be built out. We can handle different parent-child relationships, which you can see here. Entity 100 has two children entities, Palm Beach residents and our Southampton residents. We just reviewed our dashboards, which provide organizations with data-driven decision-making, keeping your organization on the right path with real-time drillable source data at any point in time. These dashboards are extremely easy to configure. It's drag and drop, and you can have multiple different dashboards. You can also create read-only dashboards for some users who just want quick insights into details without having to build their own. Now we're going to head into our report center. We have over 120 reports out of the box, ready for you to use on day one. Think your basic P&L, balance sheet, cash flows. Also transaction reports, AP aging, AR aging, those are all going to be reports out of the box. And we also have our financial report writer. If you want to go in and change a couple things, slice and dice your reports by different dimensions, it's very easy to use. Here's a P&L 12-month history report. We can see the columns are broken out month over month. Perhaps Emma wants to see this report with additional details and insights. Emma could go into our financial report writer and make the report her own with just a couple of clicks. The tabbed interface of the financial report writer steps you through the process of creating or editing a financial report, from adding rows and columns to deciding how your report should be formatted on a page and in print. The Rows tab here is used to populate the rows in your report. This report is a P&L, so we're taking a look at revenues and expenses. We could add in additional account groups if we wanted to. But maybe Emma wants to see which customers are deriving her revenue and which vendors they're spending most of their G&A expense. She can easily expand these fields out, utilizing her dimensions, and get additional insight. We can move into the Columns tab where we can tweak our columns. Maybe Emma wants to see things broken out by entity, and she wants to add some color scale to the report to make it a little user-friendly. We can easily do so with, again, point and click, very easy to do. From here, we can add in computations, filters, formatting, and notations. But let's go ahead and preview the report and see what we've done with our P&L. Now we see our P&L 12-month history broken out by entities in our columns. We can also see which customers we're earning the most revenue from, and maybe which vendors we're spending the most with. Maybe we could even leverage this for future discounts with vendors when we see most of our OPEX is with this particular vendor. There's a lot of different strategic moves your company can make by viewing a report slice and dice by your different dimensions. Once you edit this report, you can save it down and then you can start running it with your real-time data. You're not going to have to go in and configure it each time you want to view the report. Next, we're going to take a look at entering in an intercompany journal entry. Here we're at our general ledger, and we know the general ledger is the heart of any financial system, so we've built it for maximum visibility, scalability, and flexibility. We're entering in an intercompany transaction spanning two of our entities. Sage Intacct is able to flag this as an intercompany transaction and automatically record the due to, due froms for us. No longer do you have to log in and out of multiple disparate systems, manually record those due to, due froms multiple times. It's all streamlined and happening in one system, and you don't even have to think about it because the system automatically is going to record the due to, due froms for you. We went ahead and entered in our intercompany journal entry, and now we can see the due to, due froms were automatically recorded for us. It's month end, and we have some intercompany transactions that need to get eliminated out upon consolidation. We offer a couple different consolidation modules. One is domestic consolidations. If your multi-location organization faces complexities like inter-entity transactions and consolidations, you really need a solution that streamlines high-volume inter-entity reporting for you. With our domestic consolidations, we will enable companies consolidating across a single currency to drive a more accurate and faster close with our auto eliminations. It's going to enable you to drill down into automatically produced consolidation journals for easy audit traceability and reporting transparency to understand your consolidated numbers at a glance. We also have our global consolidations module. This will handle global multi-locations and will handle foreign currency translation conversions. Here we're taking a look at setting up a consolidation book. There's a couple different tabs. On our book information, we're going to set up some general information, such as giving the book a name and a description. On the entities to consolidate, we'll select exactly which entities we want to consolidate, and we'll set up an elimination entity. This is where the intercompany transactions will be eliminated out and recorded to. You can set up multiple different books with your different entities depending on how you and your organization like to consolidate. And you'll also be setting up your elimination accounts. So here's our GL mapping for our due to, due froms, and our additional GL accounts listed out for elimination, our intercompany receivables and payables. This is going to dictate how the system is going to run the consolidation. Now that we've set up our consolidation book, we're ready to run our consolidation. Simply, we select which book, which time period, and we click consolidate. As soon as we click that button, the system is looking for any intercompany transactions and automatically eliminating those out for us. We could also set this consolidation to run on a recurring frequency. So maybe Emma wants this to run on the last day of every month. She could certainly set that up by selecting recurrence and setting a schedule. Now that we've run our consolidation, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our consolidated dashboard. You'll see here we have a consolidated balance sheet. Our columns are broken out by our different entities and their children locations. And we also have our elimination column. You can see here our intercompany receivables and payables. These are the amounts that we're getting automatically eliminated out as soon as we ran our consolidation. We also have our inter-entity reconciliation dashboard, where we can track any of our due tos or due froms at any point in time. As always, any blue links here are going to be drillable down to the source documentation. We can drill further and see where this number is coming from and what that journal entry was. We can see here this was our inter-entity entry and get additional insights. We just took a look at our one-click consolidation and automated intercompany eliminations. With our consolidations module, our customers save hours monthly from close with the multi-entity consolidation and automated inter-entity eliminations. We also provide visibility into your consolidation journals and allow companies to stay compliant across different standards. Dynamic allocations are designed to pull source balances automatically and distribute them across dimensions or entities according to the calculation method set as the basis. This style of allocation includes the setup of an allocation template so that you can routinely generate allocations without having to redefine the calculations every time. This functionality really helps organizations that have time-consuming periodic or complex allocations. Here, taking a look at an allocation information schedule. This account allocation definition enables you to record the rationale used for your allocation, source pool, the basis, and target entry in one place. After it's created, this definition can be routinely generated to gather the source balances dynamically, apply the basis calculations, and create allocated entries as needed. The schedule we're looking at now is for an unrealized gain or loss allocation. The methodology is divvying up unrealized gains or losses for each investment by investor owners, specifically for K1 reporting. In this schedule, we can set the dimension treatment. Are we allocating within one entity or across entities? And how are we allocating across dimensions? Next, you'll set up your source pool. In this case, we'll be allocating out those unrealized market gains or losses. And the basis for the allocation is going to be a financial account, which is our partner equity dynamic basis. You can allocate based on financial accounts, but also by statistical accounts. So maybe instead of the partner equity basis, we could allocate based on a statistical account of an ownership percentage. And then we specify the target entry. This is going to be recorded to our unrealized market gain or loss account upon allocation. Here is our dynamic allocations report. We can see our columns broken out by our different investors, and we can see their different partner equity dynamic bases. We also can see we have unrealized gains and losses before the allocation is run that have not been assigned to anyone. We can simply run the allocation schedule, and the system is going to take those dynamic basis percentages and allocate out the unrealized gains or losses automatically for us. No longer do you have to spend hours in Excel spreadsheets calculating these percentages. The system will calculate it for you and then automatically allocate these amounts out. Now we're going to cover bank reconciliations. Here at Sage Intacct, we connect with over 10,000 banks globally, and we can automate the reconciliation process. Simply, you'll select which account to reconcile, your statement ending date or balance, and you can include an attachment, maybe your bank statement PDF, and you can add an applied rule set. This is where the automation is going to come into play. You can see here we have some rules to match our Sage Intacct transactions with our bank transactions based on amount, document number, and date, and we also have a many to one match. Multiple Sage Intacct payments could match to a lump sum in the bank. These are just a couple of rules we have set up, but these can be completely configurable and customizable to you. We're going to proceed forward, and right away you can see that we have two tabs. We have our Sage Intacct tab with our financial transactions and our bank tab with all those bank transactions that have come in from the bank. We've had 18 transactions come over from the bank that have matched automatically. 17 out of the 18 automatically matched based on the applied rule set. We could go in and manually match all the unmatched, but we could also record journal entries right from this page. So for this $100 right here, maybe there's not a transaction that's been recorded to the general ledger yet. Right from here, we can go ahead and record a journal entry, and we're closer to reconciling our books. You can go in and reconcile each bank account as frequently as you want, whether that's weekly or daily, it's up to you and your organization. We just saw an overview of our financial services product tour, including dashboards, our flexible report writer, our consolidations, which are just one click, how we help you achieve gap and controls compliance. We saw our dynamic allocations, how you can take a source balance and dynamically allocate it out based on fluctuating drivers. And lastly, we took a look at our bank reconciliation process, where you can automate the matching between your general ledger and your bank transactions. I'll pass it back over to you now, Blake.
Thank you so much, Sarah. That was great to see Sage Intacct in action and how we address those different challenges faced by financial services firms. So we've shown you the system today, but you might be asking yourself, is Sage Intacct the right partner for us? And there's just a few quick things I'd like to highlight to address that. So we're recognized for our leading products by the AICPA, our customers and analysts alike. We are the first and only preferred provider of the AICPA, and we've been ranked as a leader in customer satisfaction across both TrustRadius and G2. So check out those reviews online. And while many organizations and companies will say they are customer focused, it's in our core values to do right by our customers. For us, it goes beyond just our words. As you saw today in the presentation, a lot of that functionality that Sarah was showing, that is coming from our customers. We're listening to them and we're partnering with them to keep improving our solutions and to eliminate those challenges for them. But don't just take my word for it. Here's a few words from our customers on these different challenges. So Brian mentions that consolidating entities in QuickBooks was a nightmare. And when they upgraded to Sage Intacct, they were able to eliminate that challenge and consolidate those entities within minutes. Christy mentions that Sage Intacct's flexible reporting and robust APIs has sped up tons of processes and ensured data accuracy for them. And Vaughn mentions here that view-only access into the system allows their branch managers to view their P&Ls, saving them a lot of time and eliminating those ad hoc requests. Isaac says here that Sage Intacct allows them to close the books much faster, which leads them to focus on the growth of their firm. Thank you so much for your time today. We'll be sending out a recording of this presentation in the next few hours so that you can refer to it at your own convenience. There also is a short survey on the right-hand side of your screen. So love to gather your feedback. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about Sage Intacct, two ways you can do that. In that survey, there's a question that you can indicate that or ask any questions there. There's also a contact me button located on the right-hand side of your screen as well. So you can click that and follow the prompts there so we can follow up with you to set up some more time to learn more. Well, thank you again and have a wonderful rest of your day.